Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang dhammang sanghang namassami. Again, good morning to everyone. Thank you for joining with me to practice meditation on Saturday morning. This is a session that we're going to learn about basic meditation methods that we can use in our daily practice, in daily basis. It's a common practice that we use and that we are aware of mindfulness. Everyone think about mindfulness. Everyone is willing to learn mindfulness, and everyone is more attractive to mindfulness, and everyone thinks we should be mindful. So that's a very famous topic. Also, everyone considers meditation as a mindfulness practice. Yes, every meditation has mindfulness foundation. Every meditation contains the foundation of mindfulness. According to our practice, according to the Buddha's teaching, mindfulness is a foundation. And when we talk about meditation, meditation does have many meanings, but that depends on the practitioner or a group of practitioners. How that happens? There are many people and many practitioners seeking different perspectives and different results from meditation. According to the teachings that we follow, according to the Buddha, meditation is a practice, and that is a quality of a practitioner that we're going to develop our mindset. Meditation is a technique to purify the mind, develop the mind. Nowadays, everything defines according to the science, modern science. But most of the things that come from the science could define basically the physical things, material aspects. But the mind experiences, are always individualized, which means you have your own mindset. I do have my mind. You cannot control my mind, and I cannot control your mind. No one can tether us. No one can tether us. But sometimes some beings, some people can influence or convince us that they are tethering us or that they are controlling us. But this mindset is completely individual. No one can handle it. So one day a person came to the Buddha and asked, who experiences the 5 objects of these 5 senses? Do they really experience the objects? Buddha said, no, the mind experiences the objects of 5 senses, which is the eye, nose, tongue, ear, and the body. Then this physical experience and the mental experience is almost same, and they go together and they work together simultaneously, but the experience is completely independent or separated. So therefore, modern science can define the physical aspects, but the science is not rich enough to define the mental abilities or the mind abilities of the mind. Meditation helps us to develop the mindset, our mind, up to the highest goal. But we can talk about it. But it depends how much we have dedicated to reach that goal. Today's meditation is a passion. Many practitioners would like to be mindful and they would like to be calmed and relaxed, tranquilized with the support of someone else. Yes, definitely we can support and others can support, but there are some limitations. So therefore, meditation is a personal practice. Meditation is an individual practice. Also, meditation is a good support for our personal life. We know that the people who are joining here, they were already meditating and you have some sort of experiences with meditation. Therefore, I don't need to explain each and everything here, but as a startup, I'm reminding and recalling those thoughts, then we can move smoothly with this program. According to the Buddha, meditation is a great practice, but meditation is not the only practice. Why I'm saying that? Probably people think, not probably actually, people think meditation as only a sitting practice. Meditation is not a such a sitting practice. Meditation is a living style. Meditation is a living style. All the time when we talk about meditation, it just appears as a sitting practice. No. And meditation is not only the practice. There are three aspects. There are three aspects that we need to know. And basically we have to follow. Buddha defines those as three wholesome deeds. What are these three wholesome deeds? The first one is being virtuous. Being virtuous means we need to be virtuous and we should have some sort of moral conducts. Definitely, we all are in good behaviors, and also we need to accept there are at least, I mean, some sort of weaknesses as well, because none of us is perfect. But those practices does not expect any perfection from anyone else. That's why we have to practice. If we are completely perfect and if we are completed in the practice, what we are doing here, we have nothing to do with this. So we all have goodnesses and badnesses, I mean weaknesses. These weaknesses should be avoided or abandoned, eradicated at some point. Until then, we should have some sort of somewhat behavioral conducts. We should have some behaviors. Therefore, Buddha says, as a basic practice, it's better to have moral conducts as a human. Then second one is dana. Dana means generosity, willingness of giving up or offering. According to the Buddhist traditions, when we talk about offering or giving, mostly people focus on offering food. That's an one aspect. That's one area. We talk about giving up or letting go. Letting go start from the beginning, from generosity. Generosity is defines from different aspects or different meanings. There are so many meanings for that. Basically, we need to have that willingness of generosity. Third one is meditation. Third one is meditation. Meditation means the development of the mind. Development of the mind. That generosity and sila, sila means the virtuous, are foundation. We lay a good foundation, then we build the house on top of that strong foundation, the solid foundation. That meditation also include these moral behaviors. Meditation is not a separate practice from those. So therefore, according to the Buddha's teaching, the foundation as follows. So based on those, we can practice. Again, meditation is not only a sitting practice, it has 4 postures. We can practice by sitting, standing, walking, or lying down, depending on the person's ability. So you might have some difficulties of sitting sometimes, then you can use a chair, and maybe sometimes some people couldn't sit longer, then they are free to walk and practice. And sometimes, mostly when I conduct kids meditation sessions, I know they can't sit longer, and I ask them to lie down. They're willingly, happily lie down. And when I ask, how you like to meditate and what's your meditation posture, they all say sleeping meditation. Probably you might like to. It doesn't matter, because Buddha has recommended, and we are free to use those postures, and standing posture as well. So therefore, feel free to use any of these postures to practice, but make sure not to sleep while you are lying down. So those are the basic areas of meditation. I don't want to guide you as a kid because you already have meditated. Therefore, those are the necessary reminders at the beginning as a practitioner. Probably you might be meditating during this period, or this could be the first time that you are attending a session. So anyway, let's try to practice. Let's try to focus on, let's try to use simple methods that we can focus on or that we can use. Today, I'm going to introduce the very basic method of meditation that we basically follow. That is focusing on the mind observation. I already emailed you the schedule, and it is 9:20 now. So we will practice the mind observation first. How we do it? We all know we have a mind. The mind is always taking different shapes, different faces. If you remember, sometimes I say we have different masks, and sometimes happy mask, sometimes unhappy mask, sometimes angry, sometimes annoying, sometimes stress, sometimes tension. So many faces. And sometimes, do you know that we think meditators are always relaxed and calm? No, sometimes they are stressed too because of their practice, because of their extra effort. Sometimes when people put extra effort on it, and they get stressed. So therefore, even meditation can be a stressful practice, depending on the practitioner, not for everyone. So therefore, let's try to be relaxed and calm with this mind observation. Then we can gradually move on to the other practices. How we do it? We sit comfortably, or we lie down comfortably, or whatever the posture that you want to use, it doesn't matter. And we focus on the mind, nothing other than that. We focus on the mind. We watch the mind. We watch the mind. If we look at the mind and we observe the mind. How we do it? We do not focus on the past. We don't focus on the future. We bring our mind to here and now, to the present moment. Then we begin to watch, we begin to observe or be aware of the mind. It's so interesting and funny. Sometimes we are fully aware about the whole world, maybe the other side of the world, but we are not aware of ourselves. We don't have time to be aware of ourselves. So therefore, here, what we're going to do is we observe ourselves. We just looking at ourselves. The reason that I want to teach this method first, sometimes if we started another technique, or maybe focusing on breathing or something else, during the observation, we have to keep fighting, settle down the mind. We have to keep fighting to settle down the mind. So then we don't get enough time to focus on the breath. So therefore, beforehand, it's better to focus on or settle down first, then we can go with the other techniques. We keep our mind in the present moment, thinking that we are in the present moment, and we begin to watch, we begin to observe the mind, and their thoughts will be coming on and off. Definitely they will come because we all have previous experiences. We all have sensory experiences, and they are countless, they are limitless. And some of the memories that we carry from the past to here, sometimes they are unforgettable. We cannot chase them away at once. We no need to chase them away. We just let them be at a place and we ask them to not to bother us. So when we focus here, we will see thoughts are popping up. It doesn't matter. We just notice it and let it pass. We just observe it, let it go. We don't touch even that. We don't want to touch. And we keep watching and keep observing the mind. Let me share this story as well before we start. There was a teacher. That teacher had two students who were eagerly meditating with him. One day, the teacher wanted to give a task to both of them to check out how they have learned. It's like a term test. Then what the teacher did was he made a bird out of cloth, white cloth, and he held the bird on a branch of a tree. Then he took a bow and arrow and addressed the students. He said, you both, you two, have to get this target. What it is, you have to shoot to that bird's right eye. You have to shoot that bird's right eye. Then first student came. He said, teacher, I will do first. Then he took long time to focus with the bow and arrow. Then he said, teacher, I'm ready to shoot. Teacher asked, what do you see? Teacher, I'm seeing the tree and the bird and the right eye. Teacher kicked him out and go and practice. Then the second one came and he took time. He took longer than the first one. And he said, teacher, I'm ready. Teacher asked, what do you see? The student said, teacher, I'm seeing the right eye of the bird. Teacher said, perfect, and shoot. The second student had understood the teacher's question, teacher's target. Teacher's target was about only the eye, the right eye, not the tree, not the bird, the right eye. So therefore, we have to focus on the mind, not the surrounding things, surrounding areas. Let thoughts arise. We don't focus on them. We don't touch them. We don't take them. And let sounds arise. We don't touch them. Notice it, but let it go. That's the way of observing the mind. So therefore, let's spend few minutes to observe the mind, as I mentioned, and I will guide you through this practice. Please sit comfortably or lie down or whatever the posture that you want to use, and be prepared for the practice. Okay, please sit comfortably, straighten your back if you are sitting, and gently close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Again, take a deep breath and relax. Once again, let's scan through the body and let's remove the tension from top to bottom. The head, forehead, eyebrows, ears, eyes, the nose, the lips, the chin, the neck, the backside, shoulders, elbows, the wrist and fingers, the both hands, the chest, the abdomen, the hip, the lap, knees, the entire leg, ankles, and feet and fingers. And release the tension and be relaxed yourself. Now, watch your mind. Look at the mind. If mind is in the past or the future, bring it here and now. Maybe the mind will be sleepy right now. Then awake yourself. Just think about that. This might be the only moment that you have in this very life to meditate. We all are living in the uncertainty. No one knows when we depart. So therefore, this is a determination that this can be the only moment that we have to practice. Therefore, awake yourself and be here and now. Don't go with the past. Don't go with the future, but stay in the present. Being in the present moment should be awakened too. Then look at the mind. The mind is here at this moment. Basically, we use tip of the nose or around the lips, simply the in front of the face to keep the mind. If you really want, you can use that technique. That simply allows us to stay at a place. So imagining the mind is here in front of me, we just look at the mind. As thoughts arise, notice it, let them pass, let them go. This is not the observation of the breath. The breath, let it happen naturally. Don't touch it. This is only the observation of the mind. While you're observing, if the mind wanders, don't be rushed or don't be hurried. Notice it and patiently and slowly bring it back and start the observation, focusing. Observe the mind. As thoughts arise, notice it and let it be and let it go. Observe yourself. When we have less thoughts, the mind begins to start calming and relaxing. When a lot of thoughts are there, it's so stress and tension. When we have less thoughts, it's more relaxing. It's so calming. Use the mindfulness, the awareness to be here and now with the mind. The mind has its own beauty, but that cannot arise or we cannot see it because of the cloud. The clouds are the thoughts. When thoughts are away, we can see the blooming mind, relaxing mind. That relaxation means tranquility. The result of the mindfulness. If you are sleepy, the effort must be made. And focus on the mind. To win the life, we might have the effort. Effort is the strength, and that makes our journey stronger. When less thoughts are there, the mind creates its own space, and that we call freedom. Freedom from thoughts. That freedom will bring calmness, relaxation, and that we call letting go. Don't be afraid of. At once, nothing will let go, but this will happen gradually. And let it be. That brings the calmness, that happiness, what we expect. The focusing or mindfulness and the effort, then stillness. When these three components are together, will bring happiness. Therefore, the effort must be done today. The death may come tomorrow, who knows? When the mind is stable, unshakable, nothing can harm us, nothing can disturb us, no one can handle us. The solidity of the mind, strength of the mind will bring calmness, the relaxation, less frustration or no frustration, no stress. No tension. It's relaxed and calm. Next few minutes, be stronger. Do not try to bring the calmness. Do not try to bring the tranquility within you. Be an observer. Let the calmness arise. It's a result of our effort. We cannot pull it. We cannot bring it. It has to arise itself. Let it arise. Be an observer and be effortful. Let's arise the calmness. So I think that you had a good time with this mind observation first. And I would invite and recommend you to continue this observation until next Saturday. If you can try it, at least 5-10 minutes per day, that's more than enough. But if you are a regular meditator, so you would practice longer than that, but that depends on your availability, your schedules. But if you are new to this practice, at least 5 to 10 minutes, or if you can do at least 15 minutes would be greater. So try it in the morning or in the afternoon, or whenever you want to do, and doesn't matter wherever you are. That could be in your house, at your house, or that could be outside, maybe in a park, wherever you go. And this will support you to be here and now. Stay in the present moment. So therefore, keep up this practice. Today, I'm going to finish here. Thank you for joining, and stay calm and relax and enjoy the meditation during the weekend and the weekdays. Thank you.